Hello, English language learners. Good to see you. Many of you are already there waiting, right? Let's see who is here. Imran Hussain, Amarjeet, Mateen Khan. Okay, and then Sandeep Chauhan. Good to see you. So I hope you all were practicing because I didn't see you from last how many days? Who can tell me? Let's see if you remember. I was not live. If you can tell me for how many days I was not live. I didn't do the live Zoom session. Okay, let's see. Let's see your memory. I'm going to check your memory. Okay, Soumya Ranjan Pradhan. Hello, Soumya. Good to see you, Soumya, after a long time. Yes, I know you were shocked that I am doing Zoom sessions and I started live YouTube live streaming also. So I received your email and Mateen Khan, if you send me the email on my correct address, then I have your email and then you will be definitely joining my tomorrow's Zoom session, okay? So as you know, my Zoom sessions were Saturdays and Sundays, but now I decided that I will have Zoom sessions only Saturday because many of you do not show up, right? So let's see how many of you are keeping your commitment. So commitment means if you are telling me that you will be joining my session and you receive the email and you are responsible enough to check your email, and then you will be in my live Zoom session. Okay, so I can see, hello, good evening, Suraj, Sandeep, Imran Hussain. After 3 days, yes, after 3 days, because I was very busy. And you all know that in these days, I am not free because I remember last time we talked about in America, we don't say job or something, like we don't say I was on duty. We don't say that. We say I was at work or I was working from home. I am working from home in these days because, as you know, most of the institutions everywhere, institutions are closed and it's distance learning. But now we're going to have summer break, and our summer breaks, it's pretty long, like more than 2 months. So I hope I will have enough time to be live. And as you know, I love to do live sessions where I can interact with you right now. See, I can read your messages and we are interacting, right? Not face to face, but this is another way to communicate, right? Through writing, through typing. Yes, good evening. Have already sent one email. Please accept my request regarding the, if I received your email, then definitely you are in my list. Right now, I didn't remember, but I already, added all the names in my next email. If I received your email, then your name is in the list, okay? Good morning, Kabiraj. So I'm sure you all are ready to learn today. Hi. And one more thing, if you are new to my my YouTube channel, and this is your first time and you didn't subscribe the channel, I will advise you to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so you can get all my updates, right? And because that's a good way. And one more thing, I will say it's my concern, okay? What I have noticed from last 3 days when I was not live, I noticed that many of you do not practice, okay? I don't know, maybe you are reading at your level or you're practicing at your level, but I didn't see many students are watching my video lessons and practicing with it. Okay, so that's, I don't know. I am not saying that you have to watch my videos and practice with my video lessons, but my suggestion to you is that if you are serious about language learning, then you need to be consistent. Consistent means you are not going to skip any day when you are not practicing, okay? Because the language, there is a saying, the language, if you don't use, you lose, right? So it's good that keep practicing, keep learning, keep improving, and then keep noticing the improvement in yourself. And tell the other people also, yeah, like your friends, your family, that give you the honest, their observation, honest observation, not just to make you happy and they just gonna say, which is not true, but at the same time, you have to be open-minded, because when you get the honest feedback, and sometimes they might gonna say, oh no, this is not right, or this is something, and then you should not feel bad about it, right? It's kind of like a constructive, honest feedback, okay? And that's the best way. Even if you are practicing with someone, if you have a friend or anyone in your family, I will say practice with them. Or even if you're not practicing with them, or someone is noticing any change in you, any improvement in you, then you need to know. Okay, Pratap Sudhar, how can I interact with you? Right now we are interacting, Pratap, we are interacting through texting, but I am providing two, please keep in mind, 2 free Zoom sessions, okay? Because I want to give chance to many students. But again, I am telling you, again and again, actually, I'm telling you that only practicing with me in 2 Zoom sessions, it's not going to help you in a big way, but that is just like, I will say, a good chance for you to come online and talk to me, right? But in future, maybe if you have a habit to check your emails, maybe I'm gonna have some kind of a surprises for you. I don't know, everything is like a secret, okay? But I will say, please keep practicing, keep learning. And I know I sometimes get the messages from students like, from where we can start your video lessons. My advice to you is that you can start from any playlist. And I think I have 14 or 15 playlists where you can start practicing with my playlist. But I will not say just watch the videos. I will say practice with it. You can play 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, as long as you think that you are still learning something from this video. And then once another time you can go back and replay it again. That will help you, right? Okay, so you are the only one who provide live sessions and face-to-face interactions classes. You are very lucky. Yeah, I mean, I noticed that there are some other channels they are providing, but I, frankly speaking, it's not that I'm criticizing some of them, but I didn't see the, like, I was looking even for Cambly, for example. It's like when you are in my sessions, we interact, right? I don't give you a one topic, which I'm going to say, okay, you can prepare this topic at home and then you can write on or something, and then you can come online and then practice, or you just read that for me, because that's not speaking. In my opinion, I think the speaking, most of you, not all of you, most of you are looking for something where you can learn how to interact. And when you are interacting, you do not get the topic. in your everyday routine and everyday life, you do not get the topic to speak about, right? Who is your favorite person, or who describe your president or something like that. Come on, we don't use that way. Our conversation, daily conversation, you need, there are so many things you need to keep in mind when you are using your social language. And most of you are looking for a social language, right? And I know many of you are looking for academic language also. So when I invite you in my Zoom sessions, my purpose to do the Zoom sessions is to give you a comfort, okay? Just to provide you a comfort that it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay, just you can try to use the language, and then how you just interact with the other people, right? That's more important, because academic language you still can learn when you are reading something, and then you can reading, you can write, you can make notes, you can review, you can practice, right? But social language is also where you need to practice, and that social language you will not be able to practice when you just get the topic and then you will come to my session for, and then you're gonna speak for 1 minute. No, I will not encourage that kind of interaction, especially if you are getting a chance to come to my Zoom class and practice with me. Okay. Sandeep, I didn't read your sentence, but I will read it. My question today is, what do you think, if you remember, if you read my, thumbnail and then the title. So what do you think, what we are going to learn today? So, and moreover, these live streaming sessions, now I started on students' demand. Sometime whatever you say here, or sometime you tell me in my Zoom session that you want to learn about that, then I just make the lesson on those particular topics. So that's the purpose here. I am doing the live sessions. Okay, so I'm going, okay, finish the vocabulary lesson. Excellent. Yes, Vishal, I can see that you are practicing because you are commenting also. Sandeep, I think I missed. So yeah, the session will be, and I am providing 2 sessions for everyone, Sandeep. So Tariq, hello Tariq. Ma'am, a few days ago, what's happened in America, could you say it ahead if you agree? What do you think? Do you think I'm happy about that event, or I am agree with that? No, I am not agree with that, because that was very sad. And as I always say, we all are same, we all are humans, right? And we all have same kind of feelings. So I will say we should treat each other equal. It doesn't matter if it happens in America or in India or in any other country. I mean, in every country there are issues, but this one became a very huge topic, because, because in these days, people just can make the videos anyway, right? But it was happening in the history also, and it happens in every country. There are some racism, I will say, in everywhere. Maybe on the base of casteism, caste ke base pe, on the status base, or in the religion base. It's like that. So I mean, yes, but my personal opinion is that we all are same, we all are equal, and we should spread, I will say, love, care, affection, empathy. That's what I believe in. Okay, how can you interact? I already gave you the answer. You need to send me an email so I can add you in my Zoom sessions. And again, I'm telling you, you will be getting 2 free Zoom sessions with me, but I am planning to start my courses also. So if you will be interested in paid courses, you can email me too. Writing skill classes, yes, my course will be focused on the all domains, I will say, reading, writing, speaking, and listening, because in the way I teach English, the way I teach language is I cannot differentiate all 4 domains separately. Yes, our focus can be on one target in one day, but another day on another, but everything is interrelated. We cannot separate it. And if you want to say you want to learn the writing skills, yes, that will be a part of the program. Yes, Pratap, yes, you can talk to me face-to-face in my Zoom sessions. So if you already send me the emails, I already have you in my email list, and tomorrow you will be receiving the email from me, maybe around 3 o'clock in the evening. So I hope to see you in my live Zoom session tomorrow, Saturday, 6:30 in the evening, Indian time. So for that, as you know, you have to download the Zoom app, right? And then you will be receiving my email, and there will be a link where you will be clicking and you will be joining my session. Okay, Pratap, you are welcome, Pratap, yes. I am late for, you're going somewhere? Okay, Vishal, that's fine. You can check, replay this, that's okay. Okay, Sandeep, which is correct sentence? What does the mean of that sentence, or what is the mean of, what does it mean? What does it mean? What you are trying to ask me? What is, you can say, what's the meaning of that sentence, or what does it mean? Okay, you're going to finish the vocabulary lesson. I'm good, Sahareen. Sahareen, I think I sent you the invitation last time. Yes, Cambly is very expensive. Yes, yes, it is. It's very expensive. And I don't know how useful Cambly is, because I personally have no any comments about that. Sahareen, I know, I mean, the thing is, like, you learn how to speak English when you are practicing by yourself, but the only thing is that you cannot assess. You don't know that you are able to speak, right? So in that case, I will say, encourage other family members to learn English too. That's the other option. Lingodo is also an online conversation website, but it's also quite expensive. I know, yes. But see, here I am offering courses, and I mean, I am trying my best to make it the least expensive course. If you can imagine, I'm living in America. My expenses are American, but still, for Indian students, for all other students, I'm trying to make my courses in a very, very reasonable rates, so I can help you, but at the same time, just to have a little bit compensation. Okay. Good morning, Hanshika. I'm good. Yes, you can see 2 words, right? Comparative and you say it's superlative, but in America, in American pronunciation, it's a superlative. Okay, not a superlative. Superlative, but I will say, if you say superlative, then just keep using that way, because if you're gonna say superlative, then people might gonna get confused, like, what? Right? Okay, thumbnail is as it is always. I didn't get anything about topic. We are going to learn that. Yes, it was in the title, the way I write. That's what I was thinking. I want to keep my thumbnail same, then it's more easy to find the playlist. But if you will look the title, I am thinking to make all the changes in the title. So whatever the lesson we practiced in that particular video or live streaming, then I will add it in the title. Okay, where you add the title, you know that, right? What I mean. Okay. Yes, we are. Okay, the thumbnail is like the picture you see right now, Vishal, whatever the picture you noticed when I set this live streaming, and it's my same picture on every live stream. That's my thumbnail. Okay, hello Ashwini. I'm very nervous what to talk, how to talk with you, my first time conversation with others. Soumya, my conversation is very, like most of the students are very comfortable in my class, because when you join my session, I always ask you a little bit about your educational background, and then we learn something and then we talk about it. My class is most like discussion. And it's very easy. It's not hard. And discussion is based on something we come up with. We learn something and then we talk about it. So you get a lot of vocabulary in the lesson when we practice. Okay, Soumya? So you should not be nervous at all. And moreover, it's a language. It's not, and no one is going to judge you. That's what we practice there. Okay, your health was not good. Okay. Adjective about superlative degree and comparative degree. Yes. Is there anyone who knows anything about comparative? Let's start from comparative. Today, I think I will not talk about superlatives, or you can say superlative. I will not talk about that. I will just talk about comparative degrees, okay? Because it's a very lengthy lesson. I will try to make it shorter, but still, even then, I don't think so I can cover both topics in today's lesson. So I will keep it comparative degree today. So if you know anything about comparative, then I want you to write down in the comment section anything you know about comparative. It's okay, even if your answer will not be correct. That's fine, because I'm not judging you here. Roop Ranjan Man, namaskar, namaste, namaste, Satyendra Kumar. Yes, okay, you're watching my video first time. If you're watching my video first time, I will advise you to subscribe to my channel. And again, please tell your family and friends, because I do not live in India, right? And I don't have any institutions there. And you are the one who will be spreading the words for me, right? You are the one who will be telling other people about this channel, because as you know, you are my helpers, right? Okay, yes, so you got the topic. Good, Sandeep. Ma'am, at home, no one talking English, so can't create an environment. It's not much to improve. More English. Sahareen, first of all, I will say, please delete this word from your vocabulary, from your personal vocabulary, where you say, I can't do it, because you will, this word, believe me, even in research, I was on one training last year, and that's what the topic in the training was, the effect of words in our lives, like how we use the words and how they affect us, especially about ourselves, right? And never say, I can't do it. And that's the reason, even in my physical classroom, I never let any students to say this, that I can do it. I don't know how to do it. I will say, I will try. I will learn, okay? So please, if you practice, if you try, everything is possible. Don't think about that you will not be able to create the environment. You are the one who will be creating the environment. That's okay. You can create it for yourself. That's fine. But if you will have that attitude or if you will have that kind of thinking in your mind that you can do it, then yes, the chances are there that you will not be able to do it, because that's the message you are sending to your brain, right? Keep in mind, please. And this is very effective. It's very powerful. It's not superstitiousness or anything, but this is the scientific I will say practice, right? So whatever the message you are sending to your brain, you will be, that's going to happen. So please send your brain the positive messages that I will, no matter what, no matter, even if there is no any environment, no matter, I will do it. I can do it. Okay. Just try it that way, and then you will see the results. Yes, we are. So we are not going to learn the adjectives today, but I will add that in my another lesson, another day. But today, because someone in the comment section was asking about want to learn the degrees, and that's what we were learning too. Yes, comparative is used for comparison between two things. Excellent. Okay, so let's start the topic. Actually, we are talking a lot. Okay, actually, I am talking a lot. Okay, ma'am, one thing I want to tell you that I've seen your many videos which inspired me a lot. Consequently, I check your link and sent you a mail. I was searching a source to get a chance to learn. Okay, good. Good, then you are at the right place. Mateen Khan, he's bigger than Ravi. Yes, this is the example of comparative sentences. Yes. If Sahreen is taller is comparative, and the tallest is the superlative. Excellent. Yes, you know, yes. Sham is better than Ram. Better is comparative degree. Yes, yes. No is more intelligent. No one. Oh, okay, no one is more intelligent. Dr. DK here. More intelligent is comparative degree. Yeah, but I will say there are many of you are intelligent. Don't think that way, please. You all have your own strengths, and we all have our own strengths and weaknesses, right? Okay. Yeah, I am everyone's friend, Sahreen. Okay, can we now start our topic, and then we will talk about it, and then I will come back and talk to you because it's already 27 minutes talking. Okay, now I'm going to share my slide, and then we will talk about it. And you already know about it. So many of you, actually, it's not going to be a very difficult activity. It's going to be very simple, and we will be practicing in a fun way where you can learn, right? Okay. Can you use an adjective and adverbs to make a comparison, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. So I will answer now. I am not focusing on chat because I want to focus on the lesson, and I expect from all of you to pay attention on the lesson, and then we will do the rest of the interaction in our chat. Okay. Can you use an adjective and adverbs to make a comparison? And you already know that, right? Because you already doing this and you are writing the sentences with the comparison, right? So as you know, when we compare, what we compare, when we say two things, okay, you were telling me the two things. So those two things are what? Are those two things are adjectives? Are those two things are adverbs? Are those two things are articles? Are those two things are verbs? Are those two things are nouns? Are those two things are contractions? Are those two things are interjections or prepositions? What we compare when we compare two things? What are the name of those two things when we compare something? Let's see if you can answer that. So what's the part of, in other words, I will say what part of speech, okay? And I know most of you know the parts of speech, right? Some say there are 8 parts of speech, some say there are 9 parts of speech. So whatever you think or you know, what we compare, when we use an adjectives or adverbs, we make the comparison. And many of you already know that we can make the comparison. So then the answer is yes, but you have to change the adjective. But what we compare between 2 nouns, excellent, 2 nouns. Yes, so we compare 2 nouns, and I'm sure that you all know the definition of noun, right? As you know, noun is a name of a noun is a name of a so that's very easy, right? Because noun, look around. So everything you see, everything that exists on this planet Earth or in the universe, everything is a noun, right? Everything is a noun. That means noun is a name of a person, a place, right? I will say even animals. I will say even the supernatural things, right? Or all the, what else? Supernatural things and the ideas, right? There are some ideas also. So they all are noun. So now I am going to use the next screen. So it says we use comparative adjectives and adverbs to talk about the differences or similarities between 2 people, things, or actions. So think about when we compare, we just compare, when we compare something, we compare 2 things, right? Or even we can compare more than 2 things too. But that is a little different. I'm talking about from the reading point of view, but not in this one here. When we are saying, when we are using the comparative degrees, then we compare. So we use the comparative adjectives and adverbs to talk about the differences or similarities between 2 people, things, or actions. So in other words, when we compare nouns, people, things, places, or animals, we use the comparative. And some of you already did this, right? Okay, so I think up to here, we all are clear. Now, we can move to the next slide. So this one, we compare 2 people, we already know that. But I just want to use a little bit simple one first before I come to this one. So we use as plus adjective or adverb. So as to talk about 2 people, things, or actions that are or aren't the same. Okay, so something is the same or something is not same. Now, I want you to tell me when something is same, then what word we use there? That something is same means, what is same? When something is same, that is similar, right? When something is same, that is similar. But when something is not same or aren't same, right? Are not, aren't. So I hope, say it with me, aren't. When something is same or something is aren't same, that means are not same, then we use the comparative adjectives or adverbs. Yes, my sister is more beautiful than me. Yes, yes. So if your sister is more beautiful than you, then it's different, yes. But if your sister is like you, then it's similarity, right? If someone is like you, then it's a similarity. And here I want to talk about one more thing, and that is figurative language. And I know we were talking about a figurative language in our live Zoom session last time when we were learning a poem about a girl, right? And we talked about hyperbole that day. That means exaggeration. But when you compare how someone is similar, what do you think? What kind of figurative language we use? What kind of figurative language we use when we compare two things? Like, for example, you are as nice as my sister, or my sister is as tall as me. So in other words, these sentences are also an example of a figurative language also. So what kind of figurative language is this? When you compare, you can say as, or you can even say like. I am as laborious as my brother. Okay, positive sentence, yes. Okay, so tell me that figurative language, one kind of figurative language where you compare two different things by using like or as. What is that? Remember the name? I'm checking your previous knowledge. I will say your background knowledge, or I am checking your, yeah, I will not say general knowledge, but yes, your knowledge, your previous knowledge, your background knowledge, what you already know. Hanshika, metaphor, yes, we compare metaphor, but we don't use like or as in metaphor, right? But you are right. Yes, we use metaphor when we compare. You can say like, my sister is an angel, right? You are comparing your sister with an angel. That means your sister is very sweet, very nice, very gentle, right? But we didn't use like or as. But yes, that is comparison. But there is another one, we compare two things, but okay, so I'm going to give you the answer. Simile. Simile. Simile is when you compare two things. Okay, so I will say my sister is, my sister swims like a fish, right? Swims like a fish. So that means I'm comparing my sister with a fish, because because as you know, the fish is a good swimmer. So that means my sister is also a good swimmer. So I'm comparing my sister with a fish, right? Or there are so many, okay? So like, for example, I have many lessons where I use the figurative language, and in some of the lessons I mentioned about some of the figurative language words also. If you watched my lessons, then you will be learning a lot about everything. Okay, so now you can see here, then the first one are adjectives. You are as nice as my sister. Now here in this one, in the first one where I said you are as nice as my sister, I want you to write down the adjective from this sentence. Which one is the adjective? So I hope you all know that adjectives are the words, those describe what they describe. That's okay, Hanshika. Yeah, simile is when you use like or as. That means as nice as, right? Yes. But not that as, where I say, as you know, not that as is not a comparison, right? So you have to keep in mind when we are using as, it's like as nice, as nervous, as sweet as, like that, as sour as, like that, something like that, right? Okay. Yeah, okay, Vishal, yes, you can say PT Usha runs as fast as tiger. If you say that, then that is a simile. If you say PT Usha is a tiger, that is also mean she is, maybe she's a stronger or she is a fast runner. Okay, yes. Okay. PT Usha. Okay, Sandeep Chauhan. Okay, I couldn't know yet what is figurative language. That's okay, Sandeep Chauhan. Figurative language is colorful language. Most of the time, the writer, the authors, they use it to make the writing more interesting, because otherwise writing is, and moreover, you see a lot of figurative language in novels also, or especially in fictions, a lot, and poetry. Poetry is full of figurative language. A lot of figurative language in poetry. Okay, and we will talk a lot about figurative language and many other skills, Sandeep. Okay, tell us more information about noun. I started teaching you noun. If you see my playlist of grammar lessons, I started nouns, and then I was like, I can have many lessons on nouns, and then I will be actually completing all my grammar lessons. Not in the live sessions, I will say, but just to have a brief information for everything, okay? Yes, where you will be learning a lot. He was fighting like a lion. Okay, yeah, he fights like a lion. He fights like a lion, or he was fighting like a lion. Yeah, that's fine. Nice. Okay, give more information and knowledge regards with noun. Ram is a good boy. Good is an adjective. Yes, excellent. So now adjectives, they describe noun, right? They describe noun. So instead of saying I am wearing a dress, I can say I am wearing a blue, I will say silk dress, blue silk dress, or you can, so you can add, or you can say, like I can say, I am wearing a very beautiful blue silk dress. So instead of just saying I'm wearing a dress, I can say, I can add 3 adjectives in it. That way the sentence can become more interesting and more lengthier, right? In other words, it's going to be no more a simple sentence. So you see how you can even change your sentences from a very simple to little more interesting sentences on a higher level sentences, right? Okay. Describe the quality of someone. Yes, that's adjective. Yes, excellent. So let's move on to, so then we talked about the adverbs, right? I'm sure you all know the adverbs. And so adverbs also, you see, instead of saying quick, if you add ly, quickly, so Raja reads as quickly as Vishal does. So Vishal, I use your name here, right? She doesn't speak as fluently as her sister, right? Does Pradeep work as carefully as Ashwini? So you can use the comparison in when you are describing the adjectives or when you are talking about adverbs, and you can use this in questions also, right? So there are so many ways where you use the comparisons. And comparison we use a lot when we compare and contrast 2 things, right? And especially in nonfiction. And that is a one kind of like a organizational method also. Compare and contrast. And then a cause and effect, for example. Compare and contrast is another one. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So here, comparative adjectives. there are two ways to say that one person, thing, or action is more than other. You can add ER plus than, right? So as we already are practicing these, smarter than, like lighter than, in more than, or sweeter than, bitter than, like. Okay. Then we can talk about additional adverbs can help describe how much two people, things, or actions are or aren't the same. We already talked about this one. So my friend swims almost as fast as I do, or he's exactly as nice as his brother. So that means it's pretty much same, right? So you can use this how much, or if they are same, or if they are not same. Now I have some of the examples here. Now if you see this one, the most short adjectives and adverbs, one syllable. I hope many of you know the syllables, but if you don't know, then I can bring many lessons about on syllables. But syllables are the words when you speak or when you write, how they sound, right? For this one, old is only old is a one syllable word. So you use ER with it, or fast, or late, or nice, okay? So two sisters, your sister is 2 years older than you, or a train goes faster than a truck. My session started later today than last session, but my session is at the same time, exactly. I think you can say exactly the same time. Okay, the black suit is nicer than gray suit, right? So that's the way you can, okay, good, yes. So then here, so for the most one syllable adjectives that end in with the vowel, you all know that E, I, O, U, and I'm missing one, right? There are 5 vowels and plus 1 consonant. So for example, big, bigger. Your house is bigger than mine, right? Like that. And then if you have 2 syllables adjectives, then at the end, if it ends with Y, then you can change Y to I. Like there is an example, easy, easier. And now 2 syllables is easy, 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 2 syllables, right? Easy, 2 syllables. So that means now here, English listening is easier than the English speaking, right? And I think this is correct for many of you, like you all, I will say majority. I'm not saying all, but majority of you think that English speaking is the hardest thing, right? Okay. For most long adjectives and adverbs, like 2 or more syllables, we use than, right? You, for example, more famous. Okay, so like for example, famous has 3 syllables. Okay, so the actor is more famous than the doctor, or more beautiful, or more slowly, or more beautifully, like that. So that is the way we use, or less than, or more than, right? And the very simple example I will say, when you use the comparative, think about the things you, when you go for shopping, for example, and think about that way. I will say that is the most easiest way. I will say the most easiest way to learn about comparative or superlative is when you are going for a shopping. Then you can learn all these comparative or superlative degrees, like you can use it, right? Because especially when you go buy vegetable shopping or fruits you buy, then you see, okay, this one is more expensive or this is less expensive, something like that, right? Okay, so I think we can end our lesson here, and then I can for a few minutes, and then we can end this session. Okay, So let's see, I can read your comments. If anything is missing, I try my best not to miss anyone's comments. Okay. Okay. Sahareen. Okay, guys, I love you too. Two nouns, name of any person, material, person, animal, place. Yes, they're used a sentence when two nouns are compared. Yes, excellent. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yes. Now you will remember, Hanshika, you will remember the simile and metaphor, right? Yes, so the very simple thing is metaphor, when you compare, you do not use like or as, but in simile, you use like or as. That's the very simplest way to remember. Tell us more information about noun. I will definitely, Vishal, I will. He was fighting like a lion. Yes, nice, nice, nice. Okay. Okay, good. You have a short black hair. Yes, you know that. Anshika. Yes, adverb describe verb. Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you. I am feeling glad. Okay, because you used my name in your prestigious presentation. Okay, wow. Fast. Yes, fast is, I learned syllables yesterday. Good. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I mean, I'm going to teach you how you can learn the syllables very easily, but not today because there are so many ways where you can learn the syllables very easily. And if you know the syllables, most of the time you will be pronouncing words correctly. Okay, yes. I am good, Sufyan, and I hope you send me the email. I didn't remember right now, but if you did, then your name is in my list, but make sure to upload, to download, not upload, to download the Zoom app, okay? And again, I'm telling you guys, if you didn't subscribe to my channel, I will advise you to subscribe to the channel and please like the video if you like my lessons, because that's kind of like encouragement for me to, you know, it gave me a booster, right? It boosts my morale where I will say, okay, yeah, I can make more videos because my students are desperately waiting for my lessons, okay? Hi, Rahul Thakur. How could you join on the Zoom app? You will be downloading the Zoom app. You will be emailing me, and at the same time, just download the Zoom app. You don't need to do anything, but when you will receive my email on Saturday, then you will be opening that email at 6:30 or 6:25. I will say, do not open that link before that time. So for example, if you receive my email at around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or even 5:30 or 6, do not open the link that time because it happens a lot. When I send the email, then within 4 or 5 minutes, I received the message from Zoom that your students are waiting for you. And I was like, oh no, my session will be after maybe 3 hours, and they just opened that. So you cannot be in my session even if you will open it, because you will be waiting in my waiting room, because I set the waiting room where Sufyan, it's better to send me the email because it's extremely hard for me to keep track on the emails in this chat. Okay, so better is to send me the email if you didn't send me your email before. Okay, how will cause and effect help in speaking? How will cause and effect help in speaking? I do not understand this question, because cause, as you know, is the reason something happened, right? And effect is what happened. And when you talk about in your daily life, you use cause and effect a lot, okay? So for example, right now, I will say, if you will not practice with my video lessons, listen to me. If you will not practice with my video lessons, then there are chances that you will struggle to learn English. So now what do you see? You notice the cause and the effect in this sentence? I'm just giving you one example here, okay? So that means if you will not watch, that is the cause. And what will be the effect? You will struggle to learn English. I'm just saying it. I'm just making a sentence. Please don't take it that way. You can practice or watch anyone's videos. I'm not saying that, but I'm just making one example for you. I'm just giving you one example, right? Okay, if Rahul, if I send you the email, then yes, definitely you are in my list already. Yes. Okay. You enjoy my company. Good. And I enjoy your company too. That's the reason sometimes I forget the time. I always say, believe me, every time I say, you know what, next time I'm not going to do more than 30 minutes live session. And here again, look at this. It's 55 minutes already. And we are still talking, right? We are still interacting. So that's what happens to me. That means when I come here, and it's so lively for me and I enjoy it so much, because guess what? I'm missing my teaching. I'm missing my physical classroom where I interact with students. And as you know, many of you already know that I am teaching from last more than 35 years. And I just like to be around students, right? So I miss that part right now in these days because we are teaching. The teaching is very different right now, right? Because we are not allowed to go to the institutions. But yesterday I went to my institution just to grab some of the things from my classroom because we had a permission to just go there for 3 hours. And within 3 hours, I had to complete so many things over there. Now I'm might gonna go back to my regular schedule in end of August, but it all depends on how the thing's gonna work out because it's everywhere. The problem is same, right? And if they might gonna have the schedule maybe like a A day or B day, maybe half students will come one day and another half will come another day. So we have no idea what's going to happen, but I wish that everything can settle down, everything can be like the way it was used to be, and then I can go back to my regular schedule because I miss my physical classroom. But I'm not, but I will say I'm still very lucky that here I am interacting with you. And also I do the Zoom sessions where I get a chance to see, and that in my Zoom sessions also last sometime 90 minutes or 100 minutes because I just enjoy teaching. I love teaching. It's my passion. It's my profession, but it's more my passion than my profession, I will say. Yes. Okay. So, yes, you taught this, you mean comparative? That's what you are saying? Vishal, if you are asking me about that, I taught this in my class, and I think I told you a lot of time that here, the way we teach English is very different than the way you learn English in India. So whatever we teach mostly in the context, okay? So if I teach them something, I teach in the context and then we practice. So that's the way they learn. And that's why I always say, even if I will be teaching any course, I cannot differentiate my course because it's gonna be a English course and everything will be covered in it. But at the same time, I do not want to commit. I do not want students to commit with me because they should have a flexibility. If they want to learn with me for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 4, 5, 6, it's up to them. Because English language learning, I will never say that you will become fluent in 1 month or 2 months. It takes time. But yes, in my courses, you will be learning all the strategies which you can use throughout your life. And then you might gonna be able to teach other people also. And then, I mean, that's what this course will be mostly about, learning how to learn English. In other words, I will say, yes. Because it's very different. It's English learning is very different here, very different. Yes, I can tell you why. I can tell you the difference because as you know, I grew up in India and I had my schooling, college, my education. I taught in India, and then here had my education from America also, and I'm teaching, and that's why, and my children also, right? So my children also had their schooling and college, university, all the education. So my experiences with myself and with my children too. So it's a lot of experience where I can see that it's very different. The English teaching is very different. Yes, okay. Yes, I did. I taught this cause and effect. Yeah, I think you watched that my YouTube video lesson, my classroom lesson. I have that in my, I think it was in my intermediate class lesson, right, Vishal? Yes, you're right. Basic. Okay, so what are the basic of English, ma'am? Do you think I will be able to answer this question here in 1 or 2 or 5 sentences? No, it's a very lengthy answer. So basic of English. There is a lot. Okay. So, okay. Okay, everyone, I will say that we should end this lesson here. And again, if you can tell your family and friends, share my videos with them and share with maximum, and tell them to share with their friends. So that's where this chain will work, right? You are sending to your friends have more friends, their friends have more friends. So just keep spreading the message. So that's the, I will say, you all are my helpers to spreading the words about this channel, okay? Yes, so I will see you, hopefully, if you will be in my Zoom session tomorrow, then I will see you in the session. Otherwise, I will see you on Sunday. I will do the live session, like live streaming on Sunday. And I will say, have a wonderful evening and enjoy your time. Don't take too much stress what's going around, because I will say, try to make peace with you and think about your life and try to do the good things in life. That's what we can do. Whatever is in our control, we can do that, right? So I will say good evening and stay blessed, everyone. Thank you so much.